Welcome back, everyone. Now we will talk about Mandala 5, the mandala of rhythm, renewal, and the healing forces of nature. Mandala 5 of the Rig Veda carries a gentle rhythmic energy, like the sound of flowing water or the steady beat of footsteps on a sacred path. After the balanced cooperation of Mandala 4, Mandala 5 moves into a world where healing, vitality, and renewal becomes central themes. This mandala is traditionally attributed to the sage Atri and his lineage, a family of seers known for their devotion, purity, and spiritual openness. Here, the tone becomes lighter, more fluid, filled with the touch of divine physicians, the energy of wind gods, and the song of cosmic harmony. Let us enter this beautiful mandala, one that feels like a deep breath after a long journey. Agni, the inner fire of renewal and nourishment. Agni appears once again as the first presence, but his tone in Mandala 5 is gentle, steady, and nourishing. Here, Agni represents the fire of renewal, the warmth of spiritual nourishment, the flame that comforts rather than challenges, the energy that supports healing. The hymns describe Agni as a protector of homes, a guide for families, a witness of sincerity, and the one who carries prayers upwards with tenderness and grace. In earlier mandalas, Agni was the spark, the guide, and the transformer. But in Mandala 5, Agni becomes the caretaker, reminding us that spirituality is not only about awakening or striving, but also about resting in divine warmth, allowing inner fire to comfort the soul. Agni teaches the art of spiritual nourishment. Indra, strength rooted in gratitude. Indra too returns in Mandala 5, but now with a tone that emphasizes gratitude and upliftment. The hymns speak of Indra as the giver of rain, the supporter of life, the one who brings abundance, the friend who answers sincere prayers. Indra is not portrayed here as the fierce warrior, but as the generous provider, the force of nature that nourishes the earth and fills the human heart with confidence. Mandala 5 invites the listener to express gratitude for the strength that sustains life. Indra becomes a reminder that true power is not only in conquering enemies, but in sustaining communities, supporting growth, and bringing blessings. Spiritual strength is not only about defeating darkness, but about cultivating abundance. The Ashvins, the beautiful healers of body and spirit. One of the most distinctive features of Mandala 5 is the prominent presence of the Ashwins, the divine twin healers. Here, they are invoked with deep affection, tender praise, and heartfelt gratitude. The Ashwins represent physical healing, mental clarity, emotional renewal, spiritual rescue, and divine intervention during crisis. The hymns describe them as swift charioteers who arrive just in time, bringing medicine, comfort, and hope. They heal not only the body, but also the spirit, lifting burdens, restoring vitality, and renewing life's rhythm. The Ashwins also symbolize the healing found in friendship, companionship, and the divine grace. Mandala 5 teaches that no one heals alone. Healing is a gift of the divine, carried by the Ashwins and offered to every sincere heart. The Maruts, vital energy, and the power of movement. The Maruts, the storm gods, appear frequently in Mandala 5 as well. But unlike the fierce storms of earlier mandalas, here they are portrayed as rhythmic, life giving, and energizing forces. The Maruts represent vitality, breath, movement, aspiration, and the invigorating power of nature. They are the winds that energize the body, the churning storms that refresh the earth, the forces that push away stagnation and usher in renewal. In Mandala 5, the Maruts remind the seeker that life is not static, it is movement, flow, and transformation. Just as storms refresh the sky, movement refreshes the spirit. The Maruts are the divine embodiment of energy that supports life. Mitra and Varuna, gentle law and cosmic friendship. Mandala 5 also praises Mitra and Varuna, but in a new tone that blends law with kindness. Varuna continues to represent truth, integrity, and moral discipline, but this time Mitra transforms the truth into friendship, warmth, and harmony. Together, they symbolize the moral rhythm of the universe, relationship built on trust, the balance of law and compassion, and the unity of responsibility and kindness. The hymns to Mitra and Varuna in this mandala carry a very gentle and emotional tone, one that emphasizes harmony in human relationships, peaceful cooperations, and the importance of sincerity. They remind us that spirituality is not only a personal path, but a way of living with others in goodness and respect. Nature as a teacher, rivers, morning light, and the rhythm of life. Mandala 5 is filled with references to the natural world, rivers, dawn, wind, rain, and cattle. This mandala quietly teaches that nature is the first guru, the first scripture, the first place where the divine reveals itself. The flowing river teaches consistency. The rising dawn teaches renewal. The grazing cattle teaches patience and nourishment. The wind teaches movement, and the rain teaches generosity. Every part of nature becomes a spiritual metaphor. The ancient seers were not separated from nature. They listened to it, they watched it, they learned from it, they worshipped through it. And Mandala 5 carries this gentle wisdom that spiritual lessons are everywhere for the one who pays attention. The tone of Mandala 5 is about healing and rhythmic grace. The emotional texture of this mandala is deeply soothing. There is no turbulence here, no sharp battles, no fierce struggles. Instead, there is healing, vitality, gratitude, cooperation, renewal, and gentle movement. The seeker who has awakened Mandala 1, cultivated discipline in Mandala 2, and begun to receive light in Mandala 3 now finds healing and nourishment in Mandala 5. The hymns feel like a warm breeze, a soft stream, and a calming presence. So, Mandala 5 teaches us the spirit of spiritual importance, including rhythm and renewal. Agni reminds us to nourish the inner fire. Indra reminds us to be grateful for strength. Ashvins remind us that healing is divine and timely. The Maruts remind us to embrace movement. Mitra and Varuna remind us to live